and Mortenson Legacy is the development part of the team, and then Urban Works and Urban Design Perspective is the design team, and then Mortenson Thor are the construction part of the team. So your team formed, and you headquarters at 1250 West Broadway. And so the project, what is it? We call it district headquarters. Officially, it's the Educational Service Center, and it is their headquarters building. They're going to be consolidating all of the staff that are in 4 buildings now into this one facility. It's about 170,000 square feet, about 550 parking spaces. It will include, along with all the administrative staff, adult basic ed, welcome center, professional development. So the need in terms of kind of the amount of parking is being expected. And then from design perspective, again, as Mark talked about, wanting it to be kind of, LEED. We will be seeking LEED Silver certification for the process, for the project, kind of a state-of-the-art building, maximizing efficiency. I think for those of you who've been to 807, kind of understand it was an old light bulb factory, and that it's kind of very inefficient from a HVAC heating and ventilating perspective. So in terms of us being able to get them into a new building will, over the long term, save tons of dollars for the district and taxpayers as it relates to operating costs. So this is the site plan for the new facility. This is West Broadway. So as you can see, what's been designed today is 2 buildings, 4-story, 5-story, connected by a link. And currently, the school that's there sits kind of back here. What we've done is brought the building up so that it fronts Broadway, so it really is part of the community and the fabric of life on Broadway. There will be kind of an entry plaza here. The main entrance is on Broadway. Like I said, 4-story building here, connected to the link to the 5-story building here, and then surface parking behind the facility and in I think currently now is somewhat of a park that the school district property they own. So just in terms of meeting the needs of all of the services that are in the facility, this is the outline for the project. Okay. And then just kind of give you an idea of some of the design of it, some of the renderings. Again, this is the first building I talked about, the 4-story building. So this is Girard West Broadway looking east. So this is, again, West Broadway. So it's a 4-story building, it's a steel structure, but it will be covered in red brick, kind of the old schoolhouse look, if you will. And then kind of really fitting in, again, with kind of the flow of architecture in the community and on West Broadway. You can see we're here talking about there being a setback here to be able to put a plaza on here and being pretty welcoming and open to the community. As you can see, a whole bank of windows here on the first floor. It's really to make it be open and kind of, if you're driving and walking up and down West Broadway, you can see in, you can see out, and really make it a fabric and a part of the community. And also the first floor really is kind of the main public space for the community to be able to use, conference rooms, meeting space where the school district board room will be. And so wanted to make it kind of open and accessible and really kind of easily flowing throughout the West Broadway in the community. And then here, if you remove the site plan, the adjacent parking lot, kind of looking back, you can see the 2 buildings. So this is the first one I showed you. The 4-story, this would be the building kind of behind it, the 5-story. And as you can see in between, kind of a courtyard. You'll be able to come outside, door here, part of the courtyard, have meetings here, that sort of thing. So this really wanted to be able to create a lot of green space for the building and for the community. And then again, just another view from the Fremont intersection looking back west. This is kind of images they want to put up. Just to remind you, it is, a district headquarters for the school system, built for the education of students. And so pictures of children on the building. So that's kind of the design to date so far. We're in the process now. I think it's kind of having some discussions about the interior of the building, talking about, paint, carpet, all of those sorts of things. So just to give you an idea of where the design is exteriorly, this is kind of where we're going and what you will see start to come up out of the design. The overall project schedule, as Mark again mentioned, we commenced design in June, so we still had a couple of months. We anticipated we would have been back in front of the board this month for approval of the contract, but as Mark said, it looks like that's going to get pushed out a little bit. We're talking about having workforce and subcontracting workshops to kind of keep the community informed about procurement opportunities and workforce opportunities. We did host the subcontracting supplier information session a couple of weeks ago to give the contracting community an idea about procurement packages, the procurement schedule, which is in this information, and you'll see that. We anticipate the building being vacated. There are a couple of programs that commence the school year in the building. They're in the process now of vacating the building. Once that occurs, there will be abatements that will occur in the building, and then the building, current school, will be demolished. And we anticipate demolition starting hopefully before the end of the year, and then construction of the new building commencing early next year with a completion date of summer of 2012 for the school district to move in over the summer and be in the new facility for beginning of the school year 2012, fall 2012. And then as it relates to the procurement schedule, we will commence construction, like I said, hopefully before the end of the year. We did kind of select contractors to assist us with the mechanical and electrical design portion of the project, and that's in Horowitz on the mechanical side and Gephardt on the electrical side. Bid package 1, which is the abatement that I mentioned that the building needs to go through once it's vacated, will go out later on this week, actually, to procure that work. And then the building demolition package will go out next month in October. And then the third bid package, again, will go out probably mid-late October, which will be mainly kind of all of the enclosure, the concrete work to kind of start building up the actual exterior of the facility. And then in December, the final bid package, which really is all of the enclosure and interiors and finishes of the building. So we anticipate we will have probably procured most of the work for the project by the end of the year, even though construction will start and take, a year and a half. We still will have brought on mainly most of the subcontractors by the end of the year. Community participation. As a school district in Mortenson Legacy, Mortenson Thor, and the team are committed to involving the community in the project, both from a subcontracting standpoint, from a workforce standpoint. So there are business goals, workforce goals that have been established by the school district and wholeheartedly endorsed by the team. As you can see here, it's 15% minority-owned business participation on the subcontracting side, 10% female, and then about 23 and about 5% workforce goals to make sure that, again, from a business perspective, women and minority-owned firms have an opportunity to participate in the project, and then also in terms of when the construction starts, you drive by, you walk by, that the folks who are building the project look like the folks who live in the community. And so, for those of you who know Mortenson, it's kind of a history of being inclusive and about having strategies to make sure that we involve businesses at all sizes, at all capabilities in the project, which is kind of right-sizing the bid packages, being involved in the community, having these kind of outreach sessions, making you aware of the opportunities, and we plan to continue to do that. Workforce diversity, again, collaborating with community-based organizations that we have relationships with here on the north side to talk about how we can have north side residents, underemployed, unemployed individuals be able to have an opportunity to be part of the project. And then community outreach, as I mentioned, it's really about making sure people are aware of what the opportunities are so they have the wherewithal to be able to be involved in the project. And so we've hosted a whole host of community sessions so far, and we'll continue that throughout the procurement phase and then throughout kind of the life of the project, just to keep you informed about how we're doing as it relates to involving the community, both from a business standpoint and a workforce standpoint. And then reporting. We will be requiring all of the subcontractors to make commitments about participation, make sure they achieve the goals, and then they will have to report to us, and then we will be submitting monthly reports to the school district about our efforts and achievements as it relates to community participation. And then just basic contact information, myself, Archie Gibbons, who is our development partner, and then Mark's information on the project. So kind of that's my presentation in a nutshell to kind of tell you where we are today. We're very excited to be the developer and the builder of the project, looking forward to being a good community steward and a community partner in this project, and looking forward to coming back here on a regular basis and giving you an update as we continue on our journey to build the new district headquarters. So with that, if anyone has any questions, I'll entertain those.